name is Corinne, and I'm just going to talk to you a little bit more about my experience with the stroke and maybe some terminology from what I understand, and just, yeah. So, my stroke was January 7, 2016, and I was 5 months pregnant. And at first, they thought it was a cavernoma, but then they discovered through an angiogram that it was an arterial vein malformation. Now, an angiogram is when they stick the catheter and then they release dye up into your brain. And yeah, so that was really unnerving, the angiogram. But now I've had three, I think. I don't really remember now. But yeah, so it was really unnerving at first. I remember having to call emergency services after my angiogram because I thought I was having another stroke. I wasn't, thankfully. There are people like ask, "Oh, what should I do? Should I go to the doctor?" Yes, you should always go to the doctor anytime you're scared or just experiencing that, like, and you're new to having a stroke. Like, I would highly recommend going to the doctor. Anyway, so also because I was breastfeeding at the time, I was very concerned that the dye from the CT would get into my breast milk. So I had to ask every time. I was like, "This isn't going to get into my breast milk, is it?" And they're like, "No, it's very minuscule amounts." Anyways, I remember having my angiogram, and oh, this is the brutal part. So when I had my angiogram, I couldn't. They they thought that they would give me embolization, which is where they do surgery on your head. But my AVM is too deep and too small. Like, I think it was like over, like, under a millimeter, and it was too deep and too small in my brain to operate on. So they had to give me radiation in my brain. So I remember, like, my mom, my aunt, and my sister and my husband were all there in the hospital. And I remember having, sorry, rewind. They first gave me an angiogram. Then they put that helmet on me. And that fucking hurt. Sorry about my language. But that was like not like painful, but it was just like a throbbing. So they had to give me more drugs afterwards. Anyways, so then I had my radiation, and I remember holding on to like this child's ring. Thankfully, they gave me that so I could hold on to that, because I was scared shitless. And I remember just thinking, I didn't want to think about the future with my son. I just wanted to think about the past with, like, so I just thought about my sisters. There's three of them. And I was just thinking about my sisters and everything that we went through as kids, and, the happy times. And that got me through it. Anyways, so uh, then afterwards, so I have to go for a yearly MRI. They forgot my dye uh, two times now. They forgot to give me dye, and I have to travel all the way to Calgary. So where I'm in northern Alberta, I had to travel all the way down for my MRIs, and I stupidly forget. My husband always reminds me, so he's like, "Did they give you dye this time?" I'm like, "Oh no," and so yeah. But thankfully, everything is okay with the radiation. I think I am due for my follow up angiogram on year 5 or year 6. I don't even remember what year I got this. Like, it's all a blur to me. I would say my son was 1 or 2. I don't know. I don't really even know. Anyways, it's in my medical files here if I really want to know, I guess. What I'm trying to what I want to get at is it's scary. I'm not gonna lie to you, it is scary. It's not a walk in the park by any means, but you can do it. And if you have any questions or concerns about your procedures, you can reach out to me. I'm just an individual who doesn't, who's who can give her own feelings or opinions about it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not related to the medical field in any way. I'm just, yeah. So thank you.